The night was deep. A deserted road in California. You are sitting in a car with your loved one. Pin-drop silence all around. Suddenly, you see the light of a headlight approaching you in the mirror. You thought perhaps someone was asking for help, but in reality, a living angel of death was approaching you. On December 20th, 1968, this is exactly what happened to David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen. For no reason, a shadow obsessed solely with the thrill of killing took their lives. When Betty Lou tried to run into the darkness out of fear for her life, that cold-blooded killer fired 5 shots into her back, one by one. When the police arrived at the spot, they didn't find a single clue. No motive, no theft. It was like the footsteps of an evil spirit. Exactly 7 months later, on July 4th, the reappearance of that shadow at Blue Rock Springs Park. This time, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau. The killer got out of the car, blinded them with a flashlight, and fired shot after shot. Darlene died, but Michael miraculously survived. The killer thought he had finished the job. He sat in his car with a calm mind and, exactly 40 minutes later, called the police headquarters. The voice on the other end was, and he said, "I want to tell you, I killed those people." He made that call from a booth right next to the police station itself. It was as if he was standing right before the eyes of the police, mocking them. A few days later, letters began arriving at San Francisco newspapers. At the end of each letter was a strange symbol, a cross over a circle. He named himself Zodiac. He sent mysterious codes or ciphers. He threatened that if these letters were not published, he would wash the entire city in a flood of blood. All of California was then trembling in terror. Parents were afraid to let their children out, because no one knew who the Zodiac had chosen as the next target. On a September afternoon, while Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were resting on the shores of Lake Berryessa, a strange figure appeared before them. The man was wearing a black executioner-like outfit with a strange mask on his head that had the Zodiac logo drawn on the chest. He tied their hands and feet and began stabbing them one after another with a sharp knife. After the murder, he wrote the dates of his previous killings on their car door with a marker pen. He proved that he was not just a killer, but a fiendish artist. After that, by killing a taxi driver on the busy streets of San Francisco, the Zodiac threw a challenge to the entire administration. He wrote in a letter that he would blow up a school bus at any time and line up small children to shoot them down. After this threat, an outcry spread throughout the state. Police interrogated thousands of people. Although a man named Arthur Lee Allen was caught as the primary suspect, nothing matched in the DNA test. Was the Zodiac then more cunning than humans? More than 50 long years have passed. Even in this age of modern science and technology, the Zodiac mystery remains unsolved today. After 1970, his letters suddenly stopped coming. Did he die? Or is he still living among us today as an ordinary old man? While you are listening to this story, just imagine, if the Zodiac is still alive, perhaps he is sitting in a house next to yours right now, reading the newspaper and laughing at his old stories. He wasn't caught because he knew how to blend into the shadows of society. When you walk alone on the street at night and hear the sound of footsteps behind you, stop for a moment. Has the Zodiac really gone? Or is he standing right behind you, waiting for his next victim? Remember, the Zodiac was never caught. He has only gone silent.